Okay, I'm using IBM trial version of SPSS 22, and this is the second part in the video series of migrating your data from the SPSS from the SQL Server to SPSS, and then saving it as an ASCII fixed DAT file so that it can be of the same structure for the CSPRO. So this three-phase approach is working with views in your SQL Server. Second, then you work with SPSS to pull your data from SQL Server. Third, you save the data into the file format that could be operated by your CSPRO. So right here, I would start by doing a new database query. And if you do not have a setup for that database, and in this case it's the views that we want to work with, because this is SPSS 20, I have used very early in the earlier versions. You may have to go through a process of importation through the data wizard, then you would see tables and views, but in this case it's right there. um, I will try to skip this step of setting up an ODBC connection. It's very simple. You simply click add, you search for SQL servers on a Windows machine, you give these servers a name and a description. That is not really important. What is important is maybe the IP address and the name, the domain name of the server. So you find that there, you put it in, you click next. It would ask you for passwords to authenticate against your SQL server. That part is with your IT technician. Once you have this set up, you would be able to connect. I have my connection here to your server, and from this connection you would have to provide your username and password to authenticate against the database, the SQL database. In this case here, I'm against the database, but I'm only looking at views and not tables, so I would only see the views. These are system views. I'm not interested in system views. I'm interested in the data view for my table, and this is the view that I want. I bring across all the fields. These are the data fields for that view. The record, household, so forth, parish, so forth and so on. Then I would go next. This would give me a list of some of the criteria and things that I could do at that time. I do not want to do anything here. I do not want to limit any cases, so I would not do anything at that screen. I would go next. Here I would see all the fields. They are set to be data strings, and it's asking to be recoded into numeric. I do not want to recode anything to a numeric form. I could, but the fact that I worked as in SQL Server and I would have a lot of fields, I don't want to come back here and do any work. I want to just be able to go next, next, next. Now, what you have to be careful with is this field here, setting the field strings to be 255 characters wide. I want to minimize the string based on the observable values. So SPSS now would be able to fit the pattern of the values coming in based upon the structure that it sees for each field. So if it sees here as 1, it will keep it as 1. If it sees here as 3, consistently it will keep it as 3. So let's go next and let's run. So my trial version of SPSS run, and now I'm looking 1, 2, 5. These are the width of the fields, 2 and 2. If I get back my CSPRO, dictionary, C, alright, my CSPRO dictionary here, I would realize that the household information goes 1, 2, 4. Sorry, here lengths 1, 2, 5, 3, 8, 2, 2, which should be what I'm seeing here, 1, 2, 5, 3, 8, 2, 2, and this is exactly what I want. And if I would have to make a change to the dictionary, I would make the change here in the dictionary of the CS profile, maybe lengthen or shorten a field. Then I will just go to SQL servers, make the same change, and refresh that data here, rerun it, rerun that script, and I would be able to get my updates. So we do not want anything to happen. Here is your data, just as it was in SPSS, nothing else new, nothing fancy. It follows the pattern. It has all the pattern, 8 characters, 5 characters, 2, 1, 3. And you finally would do a file save as, and you give it some kind of name. In this case you want to do household DAT file, that would be for CSPRO. and you click save. And so we have our ASCII file or DAT file is what I like to work with for CSPRO. I would have put it in here. Okay, fine. I could open with Notepad, and there is my fixed structure, my file format, which could now be read by the CSPRO data dictionary. So thank you. That's it there. Full process completed.